Day 22. Channeling from Source. 2, beautiful number, angelic number. 2, like two choices, like duality, polarity, night, day, light, dark, yin, yang, body and mind, heart and spirit. You are in your body experiencing duality, and this day and this date is a beautiful reminder of what we spoke about yesterday. The choice that is not necessarily a conscious choice for everybody. Until you get to that level of awareness, detachment, becoming the observer where you realize and you start owning your reactions, and then you start understanding and bringing into your experience the element of choice, which transforms the reaction into a creation as you fully and consciously decide to be or to act, behave, react differently without resistance, without judgment, then it becomes a creation. Let's read that beautiful poem, the autobiography in 5 chapters, very relevant. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm helpless. It's not my fault, and it takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit, but my eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down another street. Autobiography in 5 chapters by Portia Nelson. Such a beautiful summary of the evolution of consciousness in a body. In a body. For your soul doesn't have to grow. Your soul is already everything that is. Your soul is all that is. And your soul longed for experiencing being in a body. Your body needs to grow. The body you're in doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the earth. It belongs to the planet. It has been molded through the life of your ancestors. It is made of the stuff of the earth, has grown within that collective consciousness. And when you incarnated, you specifically chose this lineage, that specific time, with these specific parents in that country, that culture. And you knew that this was the perfect match to the growth you wanted to experience. And that growth comes in leaps and bounds and waves an event, sometimes challenging, but every time it brings you back to the same point, that point of choice through awareness. Am I going to react? Am I going to create? Am I the same as I used to be, or do I want to change? What impacts the whole planet is the difference between the mind and the heart, and we have already spoken about this. But let's look at it from another angle today, bringing an attunement, a fine-tuning to what we have already explained. The mind was designed to specifically keep this body alive, with the brain, very animalistic brain, the reptilian brain, which will automatically, without the shadow of a doubt, without hesitation, take you into that survival reflex of fight, flight, freeze sometimes, of reacting to what is dangerous, of going within, feeling that gut feeling, and sensing the threat in a situation, in a person. All of this is very important to the survival of the body. The next level up is the limbic brain, the emotions. And that is the brain in between the survival brain and the higher brain, because the emotions, as we have explained, are the fuel, is what is going to fuel both aspects. The emotions are going to fuel fear, threat, danger, or they're going to fuel joy, peace, love, compassion. And there you have the arduous path of learning to grow with these inbuilt polarities, the duality of your brain, the capacity to be in fear or in love. It's always there at the tip of your fingers, according to which brain is going to be activated. And it takes mastery, practice, conscious decisions to move yourself from one state to the other, because the nervous system will work with the brain, is part of the brain, as to how to assess the world you live in. So this is the brain, the mind, and there are absolute dangers, because the mind knows the body can be diseased, or it can be killed, terminated. It knows that things can be taken away. It is programmed by all the values that society has put onto what success is, what beauty is, what happiness is, really through so many beliefs that have nothing to do with the truth, nothing to do with reality. It's a very complex system. The other aspect, the other level, is the heart. The heart does not feel the limitations of the brain, because the heart is not connected to the world of this planet. The heart is connected to your soul, to the universe. The heart knows that the body is not the whole of you, merely one expression. Your heart knows that there is no death, only a transition into another state of expression. The heart knows that there is no fear or love. There is fear and love. There is the expression of all that is through all the possible probabilities, and it includes half empty and half full. And they cannot exist without each other when they are manifested in density, where there is a creation, a beginning, there is an end. That's a mathematical law of manifestation in matter. But matter is only the surface. It is the extension of yourself, capital S, into one expression of you. And the film Avatar portrayed it really well, for your body is your avatar. And the heart knows that this body, as complex as it is, will not last forever. And that's okay, because it is only one aspect of soul, one aspect of source. So there you are with a dichotomy, an existential dichotomy within yourself of who you are going to follow, what you are going to follow, who are you going to be today, what is going to lead you, your mind or your heart. For if you are led with the mind, and there's no shame, no guilt, no blame, because in this world, it is part of your survival. Without this survival brain, you would probably not exist anymore. That aspect of you needs to be in you, for this world is quite mixed, quite intense. But as you practice your mindfulness, your meditation, as your emotional maturity rises and your awareness expands into the capacity to understand, as quite a lot of you say now, understand choice, reaction or creation. Am I following the mind? Am I following the heart? A lot of people will call the heart the intuition, and sometimes they follow it and it doesn't make sense, and it's an absolute yes. I'm glad I followed my intuition. Sometimes you don't. You have that contraction, you ignore it, and then later on you know that gut feeling was telling me and I didn't listen. That is the heart speaking to you in a different language. That language is called resonance. How does it resonate? The most important difference between the mind and the heart is that the heart knows the universe is a friendly universe. The heart trusts that everything that happens to you is there for a reason, even if you don't know it, even if it doesn't appear to be beneficial, benevolent. The heart knows that the universe doesn't let anything happen by chance. It is divinely orchestrated, and there is no doubt. Whereas the mind, which limits itself to this world, sees the world as a place of intensity, of potential danger, potential threat, where you have to use will, where you have to use power, where you can manipulate and be manipulated. And that is the truth as well of this world. But we will end with this question. What are you going to choose today? Are you going to be led by your mind? Are you going to follow your heart? Ultimately, do you want to believe in the limitation of this world? Or do you want to open and expand into the universe and trust that the universe is a friendly universe here to support you, here to literally unfold the red carpet to your commands and co-create with you in everything you wish? That is the question. We love you beyond words, beyond worlds. Namaste.